Welcome back to the deep dive. We asked what you guys wanted us to deep dive into, and, well, you delivered.
Absolutely.
And a ton of you wanted us to dig into making money, so that's what we're doing today.
That's right. Yeah, and we've got a great guide to help us do just that.
Exactly. This is not your typical, budget every penny advice. This is about reaching your full earning potential.
Right.
Whether that's through landing a raise or building a side hustle or even,
starting your own business.
Yeah, starting your own business online.
Right.
We're talking the rich life strategies.
Ooh, I like that.
Busting a few money myths along the way.
Let's do it.
So jumping right in.
Yeah.
The author really kind of starts off challenging this whole frugality mindset, the one that has us clipping coupons and, skipping movie premieres.
Right.
They argue that there's a limit to how much you can save, but your earning potential.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that has far fewer limits.
That's a great place to start because that's kind of the main premise of the book is, rather than focusing so much on saving, which, obviously saving is important.
Yeah, of course.
But, rather than just always, nickel and diming, it's like, how do we actually increase our income? That's where the real opportunity is.
Yeah. And they drive that point home with an example I love.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting 5 months to borrow a movie from the library.
Oh, that's dedication to saving.
Right. I mean, at what point are we really sacrificing our enjoyment of life?
Yeah.
But I think the bigger question it makes you ask is always focusing on these tiny savings actually making us miss out on opportunities to make Dex leaps?
Totally. And I think that's a really important point.
Yeah.
Because it's about mindset, right?
Yeah.
It's like when we're constantly focused on pinching pennies, it can actually create this scarcity mindset, which kind of keeps us from even recognizing those bigger opportunities. It's almost like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You're so focused on saving $1 here or $2 there that you completely miss out on the potential to earn,
totally,
$100 or $1,000.
Right. And they also talk about how that frugality mindset can actually lead to resentment and frustration.
Oh, absolutely.
Rather than that kind of abundance mindset.
Yes.
So, okay, let's shift gears a little bit because instead of thinking about cutting back, what if we thought more about increasing our income?
That's it.
And one of the most, I think, compelling ways they suggest doing that is through the power of a single raise.
It's so powerful.
They even claim that a $5,000 raise invested properly could be worth $1 million.
That's right.
Over a career.
$1 million over your career. It's crazy to think about.
It's wild.
But it's the power of compound interest. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about compound interest a lot on the show.
We do. But it's so important because most people understand that, okay, if I invest money, it's going to grow over time.
Yeah.
But I think what this guide does a good job of is really giving concrete examples of what that actually looks like.
Yes. And I love the story they tell about Luke W.
Yeah.
Who actually managed to get a $5,000 raise in just 6 months.
It's amazing.
By using some pretty smart negotiation tactics.
So inspiring.
It is. Wait, hold on. So this guy actually put the author's advice into action?
Oh, yeah, he did.
What did he do? I want to get the inside scoop here.
Well, the interesting thing is he didn't just barge into his boss's office demanding more money.
Right.
He actually prepared really thoroughly.
Ah.
He researched industry salary benchmarks.
Okay.
He even anticipated his boss's potential counter arguments.
Oh, wow.
So he was super prepared.
Okay.
And I think one of the things he did really well was he avoided some common traps, like getting emotional or making the negotiation personal. He really focused on showcasing his value to the company. And he used specific phrases that kind of shifted the conversation from a demand to more of a collaborative problem-solving session.
Okay, so what kind of phrases are we talking about?
Give me an example.
Yeah, give me an example.
Okay, so one line that really stood out to me was, I think we're in the right ballpark with that figure. How can we get to $6?
Ooh.
Right. So he's acknowledging their initial offer.
Yeah.
But he's clearly stating his desired salary.
Okay.
And it opens up this dialogue where both parties can kind of work towards a
win-win.
Yeah, a mutually beneficial outcome.
I like that.
And crucially, he made sure everything was documented in writing afterwards.
Oh, smart.
So there were no misunderstandings down the line.
That's so smart.
Right.
Yeah, so it wasn't just about asking for a raise. It was about approaching it.
Yeah.
Strategically and coming prepared with the right words.
That's it.
And a plan.
A plan, yeah.
I always felt a little bit awkward about negotiating.
Yeah.
But this story makes it seem a lot less intimidating.
I think that's exactly the point the author wants to make, is that negotiation is a skill.
Okay.
And like any skill, it can be learned and improved upon.
Yeah.
And by providing these concrete examples and actionable steps, they're really empowering readers to take control of their earning potential.
Yes. It's inspiring, right?
It is.
It's like you realize maybe we have more leverage than we think.
Totally.
Okay, so raises are great.
They are.
But the guide doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't.
It also dives into the world of side hustles.
Side hustles.
With this goal of making an extra $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
A month.
$1,000 a month. That's a nice little cushion.
Right. I think a lot of people would love to have
absolutely
that kind of financial cushion.
For sure.
But I think a lot of us get stuck thinking that we don't have the right skills for a side hustle.
You don't have to be an expert.
Right. And what's so fascinating is that the author uses some really unexpected examples to illustrate that almost anyone can find a profitable niche.
That's right.
Like what? I'm intrigued.
Okay, so we're talking about everything from caricature drawing at events, dog walking.
Right.
They even mention a successful business built around toilet training cats.
Toilet training cats.
Toilet training cats.
Okay, that's a new one.
It's a niche.
But I guess it proves that there really is a market.
There's a market for everything.
For everything, if you know where to look.
If you know where to look.
Right.
And that's actually a really key concept that the author emphasizes, is that nobody will ever pay you to solve your problems.
Okay.
But they'll line up if you can solve theirs.
That is good.
Right. So it's like shifting that perspective from like, what do I need?
Right.
What do other people need? And how can I help them?
That's a good point. It's easy to get so caught up
in our own little world and not realize the value you might have to offer.
You have so much value to offer.
So how do we figure out what those valuable skills are, especially if we're not, professional cat trainers?
Well, the author talks about the importance of niching down.
Okay.
Right? So instead of trying to be everything to everyone, it's like focus on a specific problem or a particular group of people that you can serve exceptionally well.
So like instead of just saying I'm a virtual assistant,
exactly,
you become the go-to VA for stressed out techies.
That's it.
I like that.
Right.
But how do you actually stand out in a crowded market? Because there are a ton of people offering
there are
similar services.
Tons of people. So that's where the briefcase technique comes in.
Ooh, briefcase technique. Tell me more.
Okay. So the briefcase technique, it's all about being incredibly prepared.
Okay.
Doing your homework.
Yeah.
Before you even reach out to potential clients. So I'm picturing like someone showing up with an actual briefcase.
Not quite.
Okay.
Although I love that visual.
Yeah.
But the author uses the briefcase as a metaphor for, really being prepared.
Gotcha.
So in the case of Mike, the web designer mentioned in the guide, he went beyond just sending a generic email,
Right.
He actually created a detailed proposal
wow.
that outlined specific problems he had noticed on their website, offered solutions, even included mock-ups of potential improvements. So he basically did a mini website audit for free.
That's impressive.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like
showcasing his skills and expertise.
Yeah, he's not just saying like, hey, I can do this. He's like, look what I can do.
Exactly.
I could do this for you.
Here's what I can do for you.
Yeah.
So, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. Did he land the client?
He did. And not only did he get the job, but he was also able to command a much higher rate than he'd been charging before.
Whoa.
So he went from earning around like $2,000 per project to $6,065.
What?
In just 8 weeks.
Wow.
All thanks to the briefcase technique.
That is amazing.
Right.
It really shows the power of putting in that extra effort.
Yeah.
And demonstrating your value in a tangible way.
That's it.
I'm starting to see a theme here, whether it's negotiating a raise or landing a client.
Preparation.
Preparation is key.
Preparation is key.
All right, so speaking of providing value.
Yes.
Let's shift gears and talk about the world of online businesses.
Ooh, online businesses.
This is where things get really exciting because
I know.
the potential for income is
And limitless.
Practically limitless.
Limitless, yes.
Okay, online businesses, the land of passive income.
Passive income.
Working from the beach.
Right.
At least that's what a lot of the internet gurus would have us believe.
The dream.
Yeah, the passive income dream.
Yeah.
And the author is quick to point out that it's not quite as simple
Oh.
or as effortless as it's often portrayed.
Right.
They actually use their own experience building a successful online business to debunk this myth.
Yeah.
Emphasizing the hard work, the strategic planning, the consistent effort.
It takes work.
It takes work.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just about creating a website and watching the money roll in.
I wish.
Who knew?
Right.
But seriously, though, I think a lot of people are drawn to online businesses.
Yeah.
Because of the perceived freedom and
Yeah.
flexibility.
Disability.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's not truly passive, what does it actually take to build a thriving online business?
Okay. So the guide kind of breaks it down into several key areas.
Okay.
First, you need to figure out what you're going to offer.
Okay.
What problem are you solving?
Yeah.
And for whom?
Right.
And this goes back to that concept of niching down that we discussed earlier, right? So the more specific you can be, the better.
So instead of just offering like life coach, you might specialize in helping entrepreneurs overcome imposter syndrome.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a great niche.
Okay.
Then there's the actual creation of your product or service.
Okay.
So are you going to offer like one-on-one coaching?
Yeah.
Are you going to create an online course? Are you going to write an ebook? Are you going to develop a software tool?
So many options.
The possibilities are really endless.
Yeah.
But it's important to choose something that aligns with your skills and passions. Yeah. But that also meets a real need in the market.
Right. Like it can't just be something you're passionate about. It has to be something that other people want.
Yeah.
And I remember the guide mentioned the author's own journey from selling a $4.95 ebook to a $12,000 premium course.
That's amazing.
What? That's quite a jump.
Huge jump.
What made the difference?
It was all about recognizing the value they were offering and then packaging it in a way that appealed to the right audience.
So it's not just about creating any old product.
Yeah.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your expertise intersects with a problem people are willing to pay to solve.
That's it.
I'm curious, though, what are some of the specific things that people are selling online?
Oh, man.
Like, do you have any examples from the guide?
There are tons of examples, and they really run the gamut.
Okay.
I mean, we already talked about the toilet train cat course.
Yeah, the cats.
But, you know, there are also successful businesses built around teaching people how to bake sourdough bread, how to invest in real estate, how to write compelling marketing copy, how to speed solve Rubik's Cubes.
Wow. It seems like the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit.
Okay, so once you've figured out your product, what's next? Do you just like build a website and hope people find it?
If only it were that easy.
Right.
So the guide actually dedicates a significant portion to online marketing and the importance of building an audience.
Right.
And this could involve things like starting a blog or podcast, building an email list, engaging on social media, or even running paid advertising campaigns.
That's a lot to juggle. Seems like you almost need to be an expert in multiple fields to succeed online.
It can definitely feel overwhelming, especially at first.
Yeah.
But the guide emphasizes that you don't need to do everything at once, be an expert in every area.
Right.
You know, they encourage readers to focus on their strengths and outsource tasks that are outside their wheelhouse.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about working hard.
Right.
It's about working smart and strategically.
That's it.
But I have to ask, isn't there a lot of competition online?
Oh, yeah. Tons of competition.
How do you actually stand out from the crowd and convince people to buy from you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that the guide addresses head on.
Okay.
And it all comes down to
building trust and establishing yourself as an authority in your niche.
Yeah.
Building trust and authority online.
It sounds like a long game.
It is a long game.
It's not something you can just like fake.
No, you can't fake it.
Right.
It has to be genuine.
Yeah.
And the guide really stresses authenticity.
Okay.
And the importance of genuinely caring about the people you're serving.
So it's not just about selling them something.
No, it's about providing real value and building a lasting relationship.
Yeah. And I like how they recommend like almost getting inside your customer's head.
Yes.
Right? Like really understanding what makes them tick.
Become an investigator.
Yeah, like what are their pain points? What are their motivations? What are they
aspirations?
Yeah, what are they searching for?
Exactly.
And the guide provides some great questions
that
just kind of help get you started. Like, what keeps my ideal customer up at night?
That's a good one. Right. Or what are their biggest fears and frustrations?
Yeah.
By taking the time to actually answer these questions, you can create products and marketing messages that really resonate.
And that's how you build trust.
Yes.
Right? When people feel like you understand them, they're more likely to trust you.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From negotiating raises to launching online empires.
The whole gamut.
It's quite a journey.
It is. And I think what ties it all together is this idea of taking control of your financial destiny.
Yes.
You know, it's not about settling for what you have.
Yeah.
It's about exploring those possibilities, developing your skills, finding creative ways to generate income on your own terms.
It's really empowering, right?
It is.
I think this guide isn't just about making money. It's about cultivating that mindset of abundance and possibility.
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the things the author emphasizes is the importance of continuous learning and improvement. You know, the world is constantly changing.
It is.
To stay ahead of the curve, we need to be lifelong learners.
Right. It's not a one-and-done situation.
Right.
It's about evolving and adapting.
It is.
And it makes me think about, you know, those people who built successful businesses around, like, toilet training cats.
Right.
Like, they saw a need.
They saw a need.
Developed a unique skill.
Yeah.
Found a way to monetize it.
That's it.
Who knows what the next big thing will be?
Right. And maybe this deep dive has sparked an idea for you.
Yeah.
What unique knowledge or skills do you have that could potentially be turned into a profitable online business?
Are our listeners the next online sensation?
I hope so.
Waiting to happen?
Yeah.
But even if you're not planning to launch an online empire,
right,
I think the principles we've discussed today apply to any area of life.
Yeah.
Where you want to increase your earning potential.
For sure.
Whether it's asking for a raise, starting a side hustle, negotiating a better freelance rate. It all comes down to preparation, confidence, and a willingness to put yourself out there.
I kind of said it better myself.
Right.
You know, it's about believing in your own abilities, knowing your worth, and not being afraid to ask for what you deserve.
Yes. And remember, even small steps taken consistently can lead to significant results.
Absolutely.
Over time.
Over time.
It's such an important point. It's not about overnight success.
No.
It's about showing up consistently, learning from your mistakes, and continually striving to improve.
Well said.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into making money, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener will carry with them?
I would say it's this: you have the power to create the life you want.
Yes.
Both financially and otherwise.
Yes.
This guide has provided a roadmap, but ultimately it's up to each individual to take action and chart their own course.
Beautifully said. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this is just the beginning of an incredible journey.
I hope so.
Towards financial freedom and fulfillment.
Me too.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
We hope you found it informative and inspiring.
I did.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing.
Yes.
And keep reaching for your dreams.
Absolutely.